So, hello, my name is Victoria Elson. I'm the Consultant Manager at Safety Forward. Welcome to everybody who's joined us today. Thank you. Today's presentation is focused on LOLER. So, lifting operations and lifting equipment regulations. And we're going to talk about where it comes from, what it covers, what it doesn't cover, and who can carry out those examinations. So let's get into it. So lifting operations and lifting equipment regulations 1998, which is classed as LOLER, it was introduced in the United Kingdom to address significant risks associated with lifting operations across multiple industries. So this includes construction, manufacturing, warehousing, transportation and maintenance environments, as well as health and healthcare equipment. So prior to its introduction, legislation related to lifting was fragmented across outdated regulations, so leading to inconsistent standards of safety and insufficient clarity around responsibilities. So LOLER was therefore created to unify requirements for lifting equipment, safety, and to reduce the frequency of accidents involving cranes, hoists, forklifts, mutes, passenger lifts, and a wide range of lifting accessories such as chains, slings, and shackles. So its core aim is to protect workers from avoidable harm by ensuring that lifting equipment is strong, stable, suitable for its intended use, properly maintained and examined at required intervals by a competent person. So the regulations mandate that all lifting equipment be planned and supervised effectively by individuals with the necessary knowledge, training, and experience. This ensures that factors such as load, weight, equipment capacity, environmental conditions, load movement, and operator capability are fully considered. So underlining LOLER is the Health and Safety at Work Act 1974, which requires employers to safeguard their employees. LOLER expands on their duties by imposing strict criteria around the use of lifting equipment, including requirements for safe working loads, which is SWL, marking, positioning, installation, and routine examination. It also strengthens legal obligations around documentation, such as thorough examination reports, defect notifications, and record retention. LOLER was also designed to work in parallel with the provision and use of working equipment regulation, PURE, which govern the general safety of work equipment. So together, these regulations ensure that the lifting equipment is not only mechanically safe, but also used in a controlled and competent manner. The creation of LOLER reflected an increasing need for uniform, risk-based legislation that could respond to advances in lifting technology and changing workplace practices. Its introduction has significantly improved lifting standards across the UK and reducing rates of mechanical failure, dropping loads, and catastrophic accidents that previously resulted in serious injury and fatalities. So by formalising requirements for competency, planning, marking, and examination, LOLER provides a robust framework to safeguarding workers and ensuring lifting equipment are carried out as safely as reasonably practicable. So a LOLER examination, a thorough LOLER examination, is a legally mandated, structured and detailed inspection carried out by a competent person, remember that, to determine whether lifting equipment is safe to use. So unlike routine maintenance or daily pre-use checks performed by operatives, a thorough examination is a formal and comprehensive assessment that evaluates not only the physical condition of the equipment, but also its suitability, integrity, and compliance with legal standards. The examination includes checks on structural components such as frames, masts, chains, ropes, and lifting arms, assessing them for cracks, fractures, deformation, wear, corrosion, or fatigue that could compromise safety. Mechanical and hydraulic systems, including brakes, pumps, valves, cylinders, actuators, are evaluated to ensure that they are functioning correctly and capable of safely supporting and controlling loads under both normal and emergency conditions. Electrical systems control mechanisms and safety devices. So things like emergency stops, lift switches, tilt alarms, overload indicators, and interlocks are all tested to verify they operate reliably. The competent person also assesses the installation and stability of fixed lifting equipment, such as lifting beams, gantry systems, ensuring that they are correctly anchored and free from defects. Also things like accessories like slings, shackles, eye bolts and chains undergo meticulous inspection to detect abrasions, cuts, weakening, elongation, or incorrect markings. So the examination also verifies that all lifting equipment displays clear, durable markings of its safe working loads. So that ensures that operatives understand the maximum permitted load. The competent person evaluates whether equipment is suitable for lifting people, if applicable, confirming the presence of secure platforms like guardrails, interlocks, and emergency lowering functions. And after completing the assessment, the competent person must produce a detailed written LOLER thorough examination report, documenting the equipment's inspections, defect identification, any recommendations for remedial action, and clear statements declaring whether the equipment is safe for continuous use. Where serious defects are present or an imminent danger, the competent person must immediately notify the employer, and in some circumstances, the enforcement authority if they're really, really bad. This ensures that unsafe equipment is withdrawn from service promptly. Regular thorough examinations, typically every 6 months for lifting accessories or equipment used to lift people, and every 12 months for other lifting devices. So every 6 months for lifting equipment that lift people, and every 12 months for other lifting devices. These are essential for reducing failure risks and ensuring legal compliance and protecting workers from serious incidents. So, what equipment requires a LOLER? So equipment must be strong, stable, and suitable for the task. LOLER requirements lifting equipment to be strong enough for the maximum load, stable in all conditions of use, suitable for the lifting equipment operation, installed positioned to reduce risk of collapse, overturning, striking persons, or drifting loads. This applies to cranes, hoists, MUPs, which is mobile elevated working platforms, forklift trucks, telehandlers, lifting accessories, patient hoists, and vehicle lifts. Equipment must be clearly marked with a safe working load, often seen as SWL. Every item of lifting equipment must show this safe working load. It may also, or it should also say the number of persons we're lifting people. For accessories or any feature affecting safe use, size, weight, angle, or rating, etc. Your own documents confirm safe working load markings requirements in inspection sheets. Excuse me. So equipment must be thoroughly examined at legal set intervals. The LOLER Regulation 9 mandates thorough examination by a competent person. Frequency would be every 6 months for lifting people, every 6 months for lifting accessories, every 12 months for all other lifting equipment. Before first use, unless covered by the 12-month declaration of conformity. After installation and reinstallation, after exceptional circumstances like damage, overload, accident, or long storage. These are some types of equipment. There are only some. I do have a bit more of a list, but you can see the different ranges of lifting equipment we've got there up on the screen. So we've got tower cranes, mobile cranes, overhead cranes, bridge cranes, gantry cranes, jib cranes, vehicle mounted cranes like HIABs, loader cranes fitted to lorries, cable cranes, forwarders, excavators, when they're used for lifting with attachments like forks, grabs, magnets. So hoists and winches lifting devices such as passenger hoists, goods hoists, building site hoists, which would be the vertical hoist externally, bath hoists like in care homes, which you see on the screen, vehicle inspection hoists, ropes and pulleys lifting systems, gin wheels, pull lifts, winches, and vacuum lifting equipment. When you think about forklifts in industrial lift trucks, counterbalance, ridge, straddle, stacker, pallet stackers, but also high lift pallet trucks. These have to live above 300 millimeters. You will find that within manuals. Telehandlers, rough terrain telehandlers, and industrial lift trucks of all types. Just going over a few of lifts and elevators, so passenger lifts, good lifts, dumbwaiters, vehicle lifts, and motor vehicle lifts. They all require LOLER. So for MUPs and other access platforms, LOLER would be required for scissor lifts, cherry pickers, boom lifts, trailer, truck mounted and self-propelled, vertical mass lifts, spider lifts, tracked booms, mass climbers, mass climbing work platforms, suspended cradles, and window cleaning cradles, gantries. So your initial LOLER risk assessment confirms 6-month inspection requirements. They should. So thinking about lifting accessories, you would need to consider chains, chain slings, webbing slings, wire rope slings, round slings, shackles, hooks, eye bolts, lifting beams, spreader beams, ropes used for climbing or work positioning, magnets, grabs, clamps, lifting frames, slab lifters, and paper roll lifters. Other types of plant and machinery would be tractors, excavators, loaders, forestry equipment, obviously lifting equipment. In the healthcare profession, you would need to consider patient hoists, bath slings, which attach to those hoists, and also things like air mattresses. So although it does not lift, it has an active air mattress which pumps, which requires a LOLER. Then thinking about some industrial and manufacturing lifting systems, we need to think about automated storage and retrieval systems that lift loads, printing machine roller lifters, vacuum lifting machines, industrial lifting robots, and magnet lifting devices. What does it not cover? Escalators, low lift pallet trucks below the lifting capacity of 300 mil, so below 300 mil, conveyor belts, trolleys, and fall arrest systems. can carry out a LOLER thorough examination. So under the UK law, a LOLER thorough examination must be carried out by a competent person. So not just anyone with training and a simple like operator or supervisor. Your own internal documentation and, a competent person as defined in LOLER regulations. So they need to have appropriate practical and theoretical knowledge. So they must understand the equipment and its failures, modes, risks and safety critical components. Sufficient experience of lifting equipment, so they must be able to detect defects and assess the significance of those defects. So independence and impartiality. They must be able to make an unbiased judgment. They may be internal or external, but they must be impartial. So examples of an acceptable competent person would be a specialist LOLER inspector from a certified company. Things like an engineer, engineering insurance or statutory inspection bodies. Lift hoist inspection engineers for passenger lifts, hoists and mutes. External engineers with LOLER specific competence. This may come from hire companies of the equipment, maintenance providers or engineering consultancies. And internal engineers only if independent and suitable. So the HSE permits internal staff only if they genuinely meet the criteria for impartiality, competency, and the authority to report defects. Fabulous, fabulous. I hope you've enjoyed that Lunch and Learn today about LOLER, and we'll hope to see you on the next one next month. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy your sunny day. Bye-bye.